Loungers. I'm Candace.
And I'm Golf.
And you are lounging with the Pummels.
Yeah.
We are live at the Gudgal Fest 2022 and it is going awesome. It's so awesome inside. We've had DJ Sophia on the decks, little 8-year-old Cootie Patootie.
Yeah.
She was on the decks. We've had so many artists. Unfortunately, we're filming and we were so lucky to get... I know. We were so lucky to get to nab DJ Akio. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, thank you. You are a Johannesburg-based
Yes.
hip-hop DJ.
That's correct.
Did you fly all the way down to Cape Town?
I did. I come a lot though. So my come up was actually in Cape Town. So when I moved to South Africa, I'm not from South Africa originally. I moved to Cape Town, South Africa in 2007.
Okay.
2007 to 2011, I was based in Cape Town. And before that, like I DJ'd, but it wasn't like a professional thing.
Okay.
You know? It was like just something I did on the side when I was a student. And 2007 to 2011, that was like kind of where my life went in the direction of DJing as a profession. So I started this party called Cool Out on Long Street.
Okay.
And we ran it for a while. You know, it was a certain time when there was a bit of a gap in the market with hip hop. Because it was a time when I think Boogie Down Nights with Hama and them, that was going for a while. And then there was really nothing. So we kind of came in and were like, okay, cool, let's do some real hip hop. And then it picked up. We had a good 4-year run. We brought some internationals down. And then at one point, I was with a DJ named Breako. So we decided we were going to move to Joburg just because we felt like we had done everything that we could do at that time.
For Cape Town.
At that time, you know, I felt like it was still, there was still like the ceiling was quite low in terms of what you could accomplish. And I think it's gotten a lot better since then. But I think in 2011, it got to a point where I was like super frustrated, you know? So I went to Joburg, and then over time I started coming back to Cape Town. And I was like, I compare it to like when you break up with a girl. That's how like me in Cape Town, you know? So basically, like when I left in 2011, it was like me in Cape Town breaking up. I was like, I hate Cape Town.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to see Cape Town again. And then you start coming back, and then you start seeing Cape Town, and you're like, you know what? It's like when you see your ex, you're like, we kind of had a good day.
Yeah.
They look kind of cute.
Why don't you try?
And I'm like, the Cape Town's booty get bigger, like it's looking nice. Like, why don't we like see what's up? You know? So you know, so me and Cape Town, we started dating again, and then now I'm here like once a month. About 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah. And during, COVID was, I think, your breakout. Like you like you said, you went to Joburg, you DJ'd there, but then COVID hit, and you had to re-look at everything.
Yes.
And you started Strictly Soul sessions.
That's correct. Yeah. So I call Strictly Soul like my COVID baby. You know, like people had babies during COVID. Strictly Soul was like my COVID baby.
Our podcast was our baby.
Well, yeah, exactly. You know. So yeah, for me, I look back. Okay, obviously there's a lot of like rough stuff about the pandemic and COVID and everything like that. But in a lot of ways, I look back on it fondly as well, in the sense that there's a couple things. Like one, my life was going really fast. There's a lot of things going on, which was frustrating to like have that pause, but at the same time it was great to have a pause in life, because it's like during that time I could watch a whole series in a day. You know, like I don't watch a whole series in a year. I don't have time. You know, I could wake up in the morning, I could go to bed, I could play PlayStation till 4 a.m. Like I barely, you know, like I don't have that kind of time. I'm like, the only time I had that, only periods in my life where I had that was like when I was a kid, and then probably when I'm going to retire. So to have a spot in the middle of your life for 3 months where you can just wake up and be like, what do I want to do? I can do whatever I want. There's no pressure on me for anything. That was kind of cool. And then the other thing was Strictly Soul. So I had, I guess, kind of true friends. You know, you had to like pick your friends who you could like engage with, maybe people in the neighborhood. So I had one of my boys, he lived across the street from me. I was in Renee. And he was, I guess he's a young kid. He's like 26 now. But when I met him, he was like 22, 23. He was just somebody who he decided we were going to be friends, and he just hung around until we were friends. And then he was like very instrumental in like pushing me to try and succeed and accomplish things on my own, because previously, like with Cool Out, I was always putting other DJs first, and I was with Joburg, I was managing and DJing for an artist named Reason. And again, it was always just like, all right, cool, let me be the guy behind the guy. And my friend, who was like my quarantine buddy, he was like, yo, why can't you be the guy? You know what I'm saying? So I think that, so just a side note, I think it's very important in your life, and this is something that I've been like really focused on like the last year and a half, is like this positivity. And it's, you need at least like, you can have 2 people in your life that are like telling you that you can do it. Because there's a lot of people that don't believe in you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because it's like when you want to dream big, it's like a lot of people don't understand it.
Nope.
You know? So having 1 or 2 like big supporters will help to get you to take some chances, which is very important. You can't progress without any chances. So he was one of those guys who was just pushing me. And then we had all this time, so we started doing more videos and stuff like that. And then I was doing people were doing IG Live, DJ sets.
Yes.
And I did a couple, but I was just like, I want to have a purpose. Well, a couple of things. One, I don't want it to just be in my flat.
Okay.
If we're gonna do it, I want it to look good. So
innovate.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when I first started doing them, then my friend Nino and I, we like changed my whole. I mean, we had nothing but time. We decorated my entire flat. We did lighting, everything. And then after that, we're like, you know what, man, let's do it on the rooftop. Because I live in Johannesburg, so we started doing them on my rooftop for sunset. And it's just like backdrop of the city, the colors, and we started doing that. And then we're like, all right, cool. I've been wanting to do this R&B party for a while, but I didn't have time. So I was like, yo, let's create something. I don't want to do something that only lives in this moment. Anything that I do in COVID, I wanted to translate into something that I can do after COVID. So we had the Strictly Soul concept. We started doing that on Sundays. We established an audience, and then once we started being able to kind of have small outings again, then we turned it into an event. When we turned it into an event, we already had a following, like 150 people that used to tune in on Sundays. So it's like we weren't starting from scratch. So then from there, it just grew, and now it's crazy. We did Johannesburg for the first 6-8 months. Then we started doing Cape Town. We did our first show in Cape Town in December, sold out the first 3.
Yes.
We've gone from a 100-person venue in December, and now it's June. We just did the Rockefeller, we did 400. So so the goal was like first be the biggest R&B party in Joburg, then to be the biggest R&B party in South Africa. And now we're launching in Botswana. We're trying to be the biggest R&B party in Southern Africa. So that's like the plan. And it's like about finding pockets, because it's like, everybody was on the piano tip, and I love it too. Like when I was just in Tanzania, I was playing a lot of piano. It's like me, I don't like doing what everybody else is doing. I don't like having 0.00001% of a market. Let me rather take a smaller market and be king of that market.
There we go.
And that's what we looked at with R&B. We're like, we're never going to be major leagues. They got that market on lock. We don't have the resources. Let's do R&B. Nobody's making it. You know what I'm saying? So let's do R&B. Let's own it.
We were talking about like R&B needs to come back. The singers, the soulfulness.
No doubt.
That has to come back. I'm just going to go off on a tangent here. Do you think your diverse family life has an effect on your diversity here in Cape Town? Like your embracing of the diversity in Cape Town?
For sure. Like I think for me, like growing up, like honestly, like mixed race, Japanese, white, it's like
but not
never
just
really
white, like Dutch.
You never really felt like you fit in anywhere, So like even in Japan, Japan to a certain extent, I feel very comfortable. It's Southeast Asia as well, in Thailand, I feel super comfortable. But that being said, it's like we're still getting so taller than everybody, and still different. Like some people can't quite figure out what's going on. So my brother, so my brother after he graduated, he moved to Hawaii. And when he was in Hawaii, he came back and said, Hawaii is great. He said it's the first place that he lived in where nobody asked questions. Everybody just thought he was local in Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? And then for me, that closer to that experience for me when I moved to Cape Town, and then like I met like a whole community of mixed race people. It's like, oh, this exists. It's crazy, because I think in a lot of places it's like when you're mixed race, you have to make a decision, like where you're at. And then another thing is like one thing I learned about identity is that you have to make that decision for yourself. You can't allow other people to
make it for
you, because then they're going to make it. That they're going to identify you within what benefits them in the moment. If they want to fuck with you, sorry, can I cuss? Then you're gonna be whatever race they want. If they don't want to fuck with you, they're gonna be the bad. You know what I'm saying? So you have to define your identity for yourself. And I think my parents didn't really do that for me. They just kind of let me do my own thing. So when I came here and I'm just like, yo, man, there's a whole identity and community that's established. And I'm like, I understand the history of it and how it's messed up. But at the same time, I think it's beautiful. There's a whole community like these people. It's amazing because I think people don't quite understand, you know, that it's not just black and white. There is something in the middle. You know,
like you call it a pot of chicken curry.
Yeah,
because there's different spices you put in and things like that. DJ Akio, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for being at the Gudgal Fest. It was such a pleasure meeting you.
Amazing.
Next time, I'm definitely going to prepare better.
No, it's all good.
Prepare with you.
Would love to have a
full podcast.
I'm not sure how long you're going to be in Cape Town.
I'm out on Tuesday, back to Joburg, and then from there, like I don't mess with winter.
Okay. So you moved out of the country completely.
So
privileged.
So I use that opportunity to for two things. One, to go visit my family in the U.S. So I'm gonna spend July in the U.S.
So you're spending the summer there. Okay.
And then in August I go on tour in Europe. So I have about 4 or 5 shows out that side. And then I like to just slide back into South Africa right around the end of August.
Yes.
When the weather's getting nice. You know, so
I'll definitely keep an eye on Instagram.
On your socials,
If you do land in Cape Town, I can just tell my friend, you are in Cape Town. I'm gonna hit you up. I mean, I just send you a message on Instagram. We can just chat again.
I'll definitely be back in September. So we've got the relaunch for Strictly Soul in September as well. So we're already starting the programming.
My birthday.
16th September. That's what's up.
That's your birthday. Thank you so much for spending some time
Thanks
with
for having
us.
me.
And stay tuned, loungers.